He's been guarded, hasn't he? A fortress you just couldn't seem to get inside. For the longest time, his energy felt so controlled, distant even. You felt this connection, this undeniable pull, this almost magnetic hum between your souls. But his actions in the real world didn't seem to line up with the truth you felt in your spirit. But lately, something's different. When he's with you, there's a new openness, a shift in his very presence that you can't ignore, but can't quite put your finger on. It's a quiet softening, a new depth in his eyes, a feeling of him being more real, more grounded than ever before. You're not imagining it. That subtle but profound transformation you're seeing is what many spiritual teachers would call the outer sign of a huge inner realization. These are the kinds of spiritual and practical signs that suggest he has finally, on a soul level, recognized you as his divine counterpart. This isn't just about him liking you more. In these belief systems, this is about a sacred awakening, a recognition that shakes the very foundation of his being. Before we go on, let's quickly touch on what divine masculine and divine feminine mean. These terms aren't about gender. They're about universal energies that spiritual traditions say exist in all of us. The divine masculine is the energy of action, logic, stability, and protection. The divine feminine is the energy of intuition, nurturing, creativity, and flow. A healthy, balanced person has both. The journey we're talking about is a spiritual one, seen through the lens of these metaphysical ideas and the belief in profound connections like twin flames or soulmates. It's a way of understanding a love that feels like it goes beyond the ordinary. So, let's explore the 6 sacred ways the divine masculine shows he knows you are the one. The fortress crumbles. He shows radical vulnerability. The first, and maybe most surprising sign, is a sudden and deep shift into emotional vulnerability. For so long, the masculine energy in our world has been taught that being vulnerable is the same as being weak. He might have learned to be the stoic, unshakable rock, suppressing his feelings because of past hurts or just what society expected of him. His heart was a fortress, and you probably only caught small glimpses of the real man behind the walls. And then, one day, the drawbridge just lowers. He starts to share his inner world with you in a way he hasn't with anyone else. And I don't mean just venting about a bad day. This is different. This is him sharing his deepest fears, the ones that keep him up at night. It's him admitting his insecurities, the very things he spent a lifetime trying to hide. He might open up about his soul's purpose or the dreams he holds for his life, not just his career. He lets you see the parts of himself he always thought were weak or unworthy. Why is this so huge? Because within a divine connection framework, this isn't weakness. It's an incredible sign of strength and trust. He's not just opening up. He's handing you the most sacred parts of his soul. It's a quiet declaration that, with you, he feels completely and utterly safe. His soul recognizes your soul as a home, a sanctuary where he can finally put down his sword and shield and just be. He doesn't fear your judgment because, on some deep, subconscious level, he knows you are his mirror. This radical vulnerability is the ultimate proof that his heart has recognized yours, and he's no longer willing to hide from the power of that connection. He is surrendering, not to you, but to the truth of what you are together. The gaze of recognition, he truly sees you. The second sign is a change in the very way he looks at you. And it's not just attraction or affection, though that's there too. This is deeper. It's the spiritual act of witnessing. He starts to see you, truly see you beyond the surface, beyond your personality or your job. He sees your essence. You'll catch him looking at you when he thinks you're not paying attention. There's an awe in his gaze, a sense of wonder, like he's looking at a miracle he can't quite understand. It's a look that holds reverence. In many spiritual frameworks, it's believed this is the moment his soul fully recognizes your soul. It's as if a veil has been lifted, and he's finally seeing the divine light within you, the eternal part of you that's connected to him. This loving gaze can feel so powerful. It's as if it breaks his own heart wide open, inspiring a sense of purpose rooted in a love that feels extraordinary. This seeing also shows up in how he talks to you and about you. He'll notice and appreciate the little things that make you you, your passions, your quirks, the unique way your mind works. He might say things that sound cliché, like, "I've never met anyone like you." But coming from him, it carries the weight of a life-changing discovery. He isn't just giving you a compliment. He's acknowledging that your soul has a unique frequency that sings in harmony with his. He sees your strength and your vulnerability, your light and your shadows, and he's not scared. In fact, he seems to cherish all of it. This isn't just love. It's a form of spiritual recognition. He sees you as his divine counterpart. And in truly seeing you, he is also, for the first time, starting to see himself. The harbor in the storm. He becomes your peace. The third undeniable sign is a shift you can actually feel in the energy between you. In the past, your dynamic might have been full of that push and pull, that runner and chaser dynamic that's so often talked about in twin flame journeys. There might have been intense moments followed by confusing silence, or deep connection followed by distance. In these spiritual frameworks, that turbulence is often seen as a necessary part of the path, where everything that isn't love gets brought up to be healed. But when the divine masculine truly knows you're the one, that chaos starts to calm down. His presence becomes a harbor in a storm. Being with him just starts to feel peaceful. The air isn't charged with anxiety or uncertainty anymore. Instead, it's filled with a calm, steady, unconditional presence. The drama disappears. The mind games stop. Any arguments get resolved with maturity because there's a new foundation of trust and respect. This peace he brings isn't a sign of boredom or a lack of passion. It's the opposite. It's a sign of profound alignment. It means he's done the inner work to calm his own storms, his fears, his ego, his old wounds, and now he can offer that healed energy to you. You'll find that the silences between you are comfortable, spaces of shared contentment instead of voids you feel you have to fill. He makes you feel safe. This mutual peace is one of the most powerful signs that the connection is moving into a more sacred phase. It shows he's ready to build something real and lasting. In his presence, you feel like you're finally home, like your soul can take a deep breath because it's finally resting in a love that is stable, secure, and true. The sacred integration. He balances his inner energies. The fourth sign is a beautiful and subtle change that happens inside of him. He begins to balance his own inner masculine and feminine energies. As we talked about, these are archetypal energies that exist in all of us. A big part of the spiritual awakening journey, as it's often described, involves bringing these two forces into harmony to become a whole, balanced person. For much of his life, he may have leaned heavily on his masculine energy. This can look like being very logical, action-driven, and focused on achieving things in the outside world, while maybe not paying as much attention to his emotional, intuitive, or nurturing side. He might have been a doer, a fixer, or a provider, but maybe that came at the cost of his ability to just be, to feel, and to receive. When he recognizes you as his counterpart, you often act as a catalyst for this integration. Your divine feminine energy is believed to awaken and call to his own. Suddenly, you'll notice a beautiful new harmony in him. His strength is now balanced with compassion. His logic is now informed by a growing intuition. He is still a rock, the protector who provides that crucial stability. But he is also becoming a source of gentle, nurturing comfort. This looks like him holding space for your emotions without jumping in to fix everything. It's him becoming a better listener, more open to your feelings. He starts showing more empathy and emotional intelligence, not as an act, but as a genuine part of who he is becoming. He's learning to lead with his heart just as much as his head. This isn't about him becoming less masculine. It's about him becoming more whole. He's bringing together the strength of the masculine, action and protection, with the wisdom of the feminine, compassion and intuition. He's becoming the divine partner you were meant to have, because he's finally becoming whole within himself. The inner compass realigns. His own spiritual awakening ignites. The fifth sign is one of the most profound because it's not just about the relationship. It's about his own soul's journey. Recognizing you as his divine counterpart often sparks his own deep spiritual awakening. Before this, he may have been mostly focused on the material world, his career, finances, or social status. Spirituality might have been a strange concept or just something he never really thought about. His life, even if it looked successful, might have felt like it was missing a deeper meaning. Your connection can shatter that old way of being. It's an energy so powerful and undeniable that it pushes him to look beyond the physical world for answers. He can't explain the magnetic pull, the strange coincidences, or the feeling of knowing you forever with logic alone. This sends him on an inner quest. You'll start to see little signs of this awakening. He might suddenly get curious about things like meditation, consciousness, or energy. He may begin to question the life he's built, wondering if there's something more out there for him. This is often when he gets incredible clarity on his own life's purpose. He realizes that your connection isn't just about romance. From this metaphysical viewpoint, it's a sacred spiritual partnership meant for growth. He starts to see the bigger picture. He understands that the challenges you faced weren't just random problems, but divinely orchestrated lessons for both of your souls. This realization is incredibly empowering for him. It shifts him from being confused or resistant to being a purposeful co-creator with you. He's no longer just a guy in a relationship. He's an active, conscious partner on a sacred mission. His awakening is the ultimate confirmation that he knows you are the one, because he understands, on a soul level, that you were the key that unlocked his own spiritual path. Love in action, he shows up with grounded devotion. And finally, the sixth and most tangible sign is when all these inner realizations lead to grounded, consistent, real-world action. Spiritual insights and loving looks are beautiful, but at the end of the day, love is a verb. An awakened divine masculine knows this. He understands that his role is to bring the divine connection down to earth through his actions. This is where you see a complete shift from being inconsistent to being incredibly reliable. The man who might have been hot and cold who maybe disappeared when things got too real, is gone. In his place is a man who shows up consistently. He makes plans and he keeps them. He says he'll call, and he actually calls. His words finally line up perfectly with his actions, building a foundation of trust that feels unshakable. This grounded devotion shows up as protection and provision. And that doesn't just mean money. It means energetically providing a safe space for the relationship to grow. He protects your heart by being honest. He protects your energy by setting healthy boundaries with other people. He supports your dreams and actively helps you chase them, not because he has to, but because your happiness is now tied to his own. He takes responsibility for his role in the partnership and invests in it. He shows his commitment not with big, empty promises, but through 1,000 small acts of daily devotion that truly build a life together. He is present, he is reliable, and he is fiercely loyal to you and the connection. This is the healed, divine masculine energy in its most beautiful form. Love made real. It's the final sign that he doesn't just feel like you're the one. He knows it. And he's ready to build a life that reflects that sacred truth, one step at a time. So we've walked through these 6 powerful signs. The fortress of his heart crumbling into vulnerability. The gaze of soul recognition where he truly sees you. The feeling of deep and lasting peace. The sacred balancing of his inner energies. The spark of his own spiritual awakening. And finally, the grounded devotion of his actions. It's so important to remember that this journey is almost never a straight line. It's more like a spiral, a dance of becoming. The awakening of the divine masculine is a deeply personal and often tough process. It asks him to face his biggest fears and undo a lifetime of conditioning. Your role in all of this isn't to push him or try to fix him, but simply to hold the space with love and patience. While you keep focusing on your own journey, your own healing, and your own light. Trust the shifts you're feeling. Trust the changes you're seeing. A love that feels this destined can't be denied forever. It can only be put on hold by fear. When the divine masculine finally lets go of that fear and surrenders to the truth of your connection, his entire being will realign to cherish, protect, and honor the sacred bond you share. He doesn't just choose you. He recognizes you as the destiny his soul has been looking for. This journey of divine connection is so unique for every couple. Which of these signs have you seen? Which one is hitting closest to home for you right now? I'd love for you to share your experience in the comments below. Reading each other's stories creates such a beautiful community of support and understanding. And if this message gave you some clarity or peace today, please give this video a like and be sure to subscribe for more guidance on your sacred journey. Trust the process and trust your heart. It knows the way.